are at the Villa Doria Pamphilj today. This is another park here in Rome.
It's actually the biggest park here in Rome.
That's true. And we are celebrating two things. The adoption of Lola.
New member of the Rome Vacations team.
The other thing we're celebrating is today is the first day that we don't need to wear masks outdoors in Italy.
Yay!
Which is so exciting.
Finally!
So you can see our faces, which may or may not be good for you. We don't know.
But it feels a little bit more normal.
It does.
It's nice and to be able to walk around without a mask. This is the Acqua Paola. It's one of the first 11 ancient aqueducts. It comes to a point at the Acqua Paola, the Fontanone, the big fountain, essentially on the top of the Gianicolo hill. And then it goes, it's actually in the first scene of La Grande Bellezza, is a really famous Italian film. It's the first scene is filmed over there. But it runs along the perimeter of the park here.
Do you know why it's called Paola?
No. Why is it called Paola?
Because Paul V is the one that restored it, Borghese. We just filmed it at Villa Borghese.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. The Fontana Paola, because they're all women apparently, is Paul V.
Actually, did you know that every aqueduct, it has a feminine name?
Because the aqua is feminine or because the monuments are feminine?
Aqueducts and buildings are mostly feminine. So if you had to have a guess, it's a good guess.
As well they should be.
Yes.
Because you're providing water to a city. Innocent X was from the Pamphili family. He became Pope in 1644. They had already purchased this property for the Villa Pamphili, and he decided to resume some work on it.
It was actually him and his sister-in-law,
yes.
Donna Olimpia. And I mean, there's rumors that they had an affair, but she was officially married to his brother.
Yes.
And together they sort of, I don't know, I like to say that they've like fancified this property from like a country homestead into a grand villa with loads of art and whatnot.
And she was actually kind of the stain on the Innocent X papacy, because she was his sister-in-law and therefore married to his brother. She got a very bad reputation when she looked like she was actually ruling over the Pope and making his decisions for him. So Olimpia Maidalchini is her name, and a lot of people really believe that affair theory. It's not for sure true, but if you look at an example in a different part of Rome, in Piazza Navona, at the Fountain of the Four Rivers, there's a lovely story about why that was chosen, because Innocent X from the Pamphili family hated the Barberini family, and he didn't like anyone that had any affiliation with them. So Bernini had a major affiliation with Urban VIII. He was Urban VIII's main sculptor, main artist.
Well, I mean, like the Four Rivers Fountain comes to mind.
Exactly, and that's also the Vatican and all the work he did in St. Peter's. But you have the Four Rivers being designed by Bernini, even though Innocent X hated Bernini. How did that happen? Well, Olimpia made that decision because Bernini, knowing her level of greed was beyond most people's level of greed, he actually did the model for that fountain in pure silver. So
that's really cool.
So he gave her the model in pure silver. She wanted to keep the silver, so she kept the model. She pushed the Pope to choose Bernini for the fountain, for the commission, and that's why you have the Fountain of the Four Rivers there and not a different artist's work.
What?
I know.
Oh, that's so shady. I love it. Isn't this one originally by Bernini as well?
This is also originally by Bernini.
This one is a replica though, but this one, ironically for a fountain, burnt down. So the fountain, the original fountain by Bernini was destroyed. in a fire, which is ironic for a fountain. So this one is a replica of what it was.
Wow. Okay.
And as James said, no matter what it's made of, if it gets hot enough, it'll probably burn. My baby just tried to get in the fountain, which you can't let happen. That's not allowed. Dogs or people are not allowed to swim in Rome fountains. But many years ago, when someone else was a baby,
yes, 30 years ago, my parents did swim in this fountain with my godparents as well, actually. But 30 years ago, the rules were a little bit more relaxed. And I should say they were wearing bathing costumes. I was the only one naked at 3 years old. It was a lovely afternoon. I was so told.
James in his birthday suit in the fountain.
in this fountain.
Particularly.
Yeah.
Don't swim in fountains.
Do not.
So here we are, we're at the Spanish Chapel, which is not actually the name of it. It's called like the Chapel of the Pamphilj family or something like that. Something really boring, but it's known as the Spanish Chapel because it's like built in the Spanish style. The most interesting thing about this, and actually James told me about this last time we were here, is that it was only ever open to the public for one day.
It was the ceremony of the actual funeral. So it was open there for that one day for people to go inside, mourn, and then it was sealed forever.
So James, what about this part of the park is your favorite thing?
Well, it feels like the countryside, which I've always really liked. You're in the middle of the city, and yeah, one of the largest cities in Europe, really. It's chaotic and mad on the outside. You can come here and just put up your hammock and relax, read your book, and feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's a real sense of freedom. I grew up just around the corner, so I've been coming here forever, and this is probably my favorite part of the park.
How often do you set up your hammock in the summertime
I
usually?
wish I could say more often, unfortunately. The summertime doesn't give me much free time, but I do it as often as I can, that's for sure.
It's a lovely place to do it.
It is just beautiful.
It's also a place where you can almost always find a spot of shade.
Always. I mean, the nice thing about the umbrella pines is they cover quite a lot of
Yeah.
shade for what they are, really.
Yeah.
It's even the hottest part of the day, midday. You're usually well covered here, and if you've got my skin complexion, that's fairly important.
What do you want to say about this?
This is the lake in the park.
One or two.
This
One
is
of two. This is one of two lakes in the park. It's very beautiful. There are turtles, geese, ducks, big fish. There's big fish we saw here last
Oh
night.
yeah, we did see big fish.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for coming with us to Villa Pamphilj. We had such a great time. We want you to subscribe to our Instagram and Facebook and follow us here as well. Subscribe to the channel somewhere down below. I don't know, Angela, up above, down below, something over here, over there. And let us know in the comments what you think, if you enjoyed it, and what you want to see next. Okay, guys?
Hit the notification button. Make sure you get notified every time we do a new video. Get used to Lola because she's going to be in a lot of future videos. You'll meet our other doggy friend Barney soon.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep exploring Rome for you. So we can't wait till next time.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Pigeon. This is Lola. This is my baby. We adopted her from a refuge a couple of days ago, over the weekend. Today's Monday, we adopted her on Saturday. She has spent her whole life in the countryside, in refuges, going from one place to another, and she's never had a family before. And we don't know how she plays, if she knows what to do with toys or anything, so
We're gonna find out.
we're gonna find out whether she's gonna fetch a tennis ball or not.
Or if I'm gonna fetch the tennis ball.
Well, if Lola doesn't, Angela will. So let's see.
Story of my life.
Good start.
Off to a rager of a start. She's just walked away.
Lola,
Lola, hey,
we know James is interesting, but
Lola.
the ball is more interesting, I promise.
hey, check Lola.
Get the ball. Get the ball. Get the ball. Go get the ball. Come on, let's go get the ball. Lola, come on. Let's go get the ball.
Film Angela.
Lola.
Andiamo.
Lola. Get the ball. And get it.
She's so unusual. No, she just wants to go for a walk.
Wah wah.
I don't think she's a retriever.
She really does love the pass, though. Lola. What's that? Get it. It's gonna hit you.
It's gonna hit her in the form she's not gonna give you. Okay, we have to learn how to play fetch. This is not something that's come naturally.